You're born a slave on a desert planet. No name, no rights, just property. Your first breath isn't freedom. It's a contract signed in chains under a twin sun. From day one, your life belongs to Watto. A greedy junk dealer decides when you eat, sleep, and breathe. You're 9 years old and already in debt. When freedom comes, it doesn't feel like freedom. You leave Tatooine with Jedi strangers, but the price is your mother. Hope tastes like guilt. Kagan frees you, but leaves your mom behind. She's still a slave. You board a ship to Coruscant knowing she's shackled in a hut waiting to be sold. The Jedi take you in, but never fully accept you. You're too old, too emotional, too dangerous. Are you free, or just a new kind of prisoner in Jedi robes? You're thrust into the Jedi Temple, a place where destiny is a cage. No one asks what you want. You're told who to be, how to feel, what not to feel. You start having nightmares, visions of death and suffering. They call it fear weakness, so they ignore it. You cry alone in a room full of monks. As a Padawan, you feel like a mistake they're waiting to fix. No warmth, no praise, just scrutiny. You're powerful, but always wrong. You marry Padme in secret, breaking every Jedi rule. Not out of rebellion, out of need, because she sees the human in you when no one else does. You're told to let go, feel nothing, love no one, but every part of you screams to hold on. The Jedi want a machine. You just want to be human. You dream of Padme dying, and it rips you apart. Love becomes terror. You do anything to save her. Even betray everything you've sworn to. The Jedi Council makes it worse. They deny you the title of Master, but ask you to spy on the Chancellor. You're not trusted, just used. You're surrounded by people, but utterly alone. Obi-Wan lectures you. The Council doubts you. Padme is distant. Only Palpatine listens. You were called the Chosen One, the savior of balance. But no one tells you what that means. It becomes a prophecy you're doomed to fail. You feel your mother's suffering across the galaxy, a Force scream lodged in your skull. You beg the Jedi to help. They said detachment. You said goodbye to mercy. You find her bound, beaten, dying. She whispers your name, then goes still. You weren't her savior, you were late. And now your nightmare is real, and it's your fault. You snap. You slaughter every Tusken you see. Men, women, children. It's not justice, it's revenge, and it tastes good. That's the worst part. But the silence afterward is louder than the screams. You don't forget. You can't. That moment carves into you. The Jedi won't talk about it, but it follows you. And that sucks. But if you don't want to end up like Anakin, burned, broken, and ghosted by the galaxy, hit that like button. Subscribe. Slam that notification bell like it's a Sith Lord. Go on, redeem yourself. Padme tells you she's pregnant. A secret family in a forbidden world. Joy and fear tangle in your throat. You should be happy, but you only feel the weight of doom. You decapitate Count Dooku on command. He's unarmed. It's not a duel, it's an execution. You hesitate, then obey. That moment, it breaks something inside you forever. Obi-Wan, once your brother, starts to feel like your leash. Every glance is judgment. Every lesson a warning. You don't want to learn, you want to be free of him. Padme used to be your sanctuary. Now she's afraid. She questions your choices, your anger. You didn't lose her. She's slipping away while you're still holding on. You voice your fears, and they call it instability. You see visions of Padme dying, beg for help, and they label you dangerous. Their answer to pain is silence. Every night she dies again. In your arms. In childbirth. Screaming. Begging. The Force shows you your failure before it even happens. And no one listens. The Council tells you to spy on the Chancellor. The same man who actually listens to you. Suddenly, you're not a Jedi. You're bait on a hook. A pawn in robes. You keep your true power hidden. The strength you've grown, the visions, the fear, buried under forced humility. You shrink yourself to stay inside their cage. You cry for help, and they hand you rules. You break inside, and they meditate. They call it balance. You call it abandonment. Your wounds are visible and still unseen. Palpatine doesn't just hear you, he understands you. He offers power, purpose, protection. The Jedi offer silence. Of course, you start listening to the wrong voice. Mace Windu has Sidious at Blade's edge. You should help. Instead, you slice Windu's arm off and watch him die. You don't fall to the dark side. You jump, begging for a lifeline. You swear loyalty to Sidious, not because you believe, but because he promises to save Padme. You don't become Sith for power. You do it out of fear. And fear eats you alive. The Jedi Temple glows with innocence, and you burn it down. You enter the nursery. The younglings plead. You raise your saber. In that moment, there's no Anakin left. When Padme begs you to stop, you see betrayal. You see lies. So you crush her throat. The woman you turned for, choking in your hands. That's your legacy now. Obi-Wan tries to stop you. Brother versus brother. The duel is rage and ruin. You scream about power, he screams about love. And then he takes your legs and your future. You fall into lava, screaming as your skin melts. You're not dead, just ruined. You crawl, burning, broken. Sidious finds a corpse with a heartbeat. That's you now. They rebuild your body, piece by piece. Metal limbs, synthetic lungs, robotic ribs. You don't rise from surgery. You awaken inside a coffin you'll never escape. The suit is armor and prison. It keeps you alive just enough to suffer. Every step is pain. Every breath, a hiss of failure. You traded fear of loss for eternal agony. Sidious tells you Padme is dead, killed by you. The whole reason you betrayed, everything gone. You didn't save her. You destroyed her. That was the deal. You scream. The room shakes. But the suit doesn't let you cry, only echo. You want death. Instead, you get silence. And orders. Always more orders. They stop calling you Anakin. Now you're Darth Vader. Not a man. A title. A symbol of fear. You didn't gain a new identity. You lost the last shred of your old one. You serve the Emperor like a dog on a leash. No vision. No voice. Just missions. Your will is overwritten. Every step forward is another mile away from who you were. You hunt Jedi, your own friends. Your teachers. You know their tricks, their hearts, their faces. And still, you slaughter them. To erase them is to erase yourself. You hate Sidious. You dream of killing him. But you can't. He owns your body. He built your cage. You scream in your mind, and he laughs in your face. The suit doesn't numb pain, it sustains it. Every step grinds your bones. Every breath drags razors through your lungs. It's not armor. It's punishment. You stop feeling because feeling hurts. Grief, regret, guilt, they're heavier than your mechanical limbs. So you shut it all off. You become cold because it's safer. That breathing sound. Everyone fears it. But for you, it's a reminder you're a machine. A monster. A prisoner with no voice of your own. You have children and don't know it. While you serve evil, your son and daughter live free. You were a father before you were a monster. But you missed it. People tremble when they see you. But behind the black helmet is a shattered man begging to be seen. No one ever does. Not even in death. The red of your saber, your lenses, your mind, it's all the same. A constant burning. The dark side doesn't give peace. It rots you from the inside out. You finally face Luke, your own son, and instead of embracing him, you're ordered to break him. Every strike you throw is one more nail in your own coffin. You realize Padme gave birth. She didn't die alone. She lived long enough to bring your children into the world. And you weren't there. You were busy becoming Vader. Leia grows up without you. And worse, because of you. Records erased, names buried. The galaxy hid your daughter, and you never even knew to look. Your story was never heroic. It's not even a cautionary tale. It's a tragedy, one where the villain still dreams he's the savior. You can rip ships from the sky and crush men with your mind. But you can't fix your lungs. You can't heal the scars. You can't undo what the fire took. The rebellion rises, and leading them is your son. He has your power, your fire, your defiance. But not your darkness. That's the difference. That's the wound. You try to bury the past, but Luke resurrects it with every word. He says your name, Anakin, and it cuts deeper than any saber ever did. Every rebel cell, every act of defiance, echoes your failure. You didn't bring peace. You brought oppression. Your empire only united the galaxy against you. You duel Luke, not as a warrior, but as a ghost fighting the living. Every clash of sabers is a memory returned of what you were and what you could have been. Sidious watches it all amused. Your rage, your grief, your pain, it's his entertainment. You're not his apprentice. You're his favorite tragedy. Palpatine unleashes lightning on Luke. Your son writhes in agony. For the first time in decades, you choose love over fear. And it feels like tearing the galaxy in half. You lift the Emperor and hurl him into oblivion. It's your first real act of freedom, and your last. The lightning eats you alive. Redemption costs everything. Your armor cracks, your body fails. For years, you were a monster. Now, dying in your son's arms, you finally feel like a father for a moment. You tell Luke to go, to leave you, but he stays. He cries. Not for Darth Vader, but for Anakin Skywalker, the man buried so deep even you forgot he existed. Luke removes your mask. The air burns your lungs, but you smile, because for the first time, someone looks at you and doesn't see Vader. They see you. You're redeemed, but not restored. There's no celebration, no throne, just a dying breath and a final quiet peace. You save your son, but not yourself. Luke burns your body on a pyre. Alone. No ceremony, no empire. Just ashes and smoke, rising like a ghost that never found rest. The helmet melts. The name fades. Darth Vader dies. What's left isn't glory. It's grief. The galaxy moves on. You stay behind as a scar. Luke remembers you, but not as a hero. As a warning. A man who fell, then rose too late. Love turned weapon, now turned memory. The legend lives. The myth grows. But Anakin Skywalker, he's dust in the wind. Forgotten by the world he once tried to save. Finally free and completely gone. And if there's another poor, unfortunate character you'd love to see dragged through emotional hell on this channel, drop their name in the comments. We might ruin their day next. In the meantime, do yourself a favor and click on the video popping up now.